Hey guys, it's T the Barber here, and welcome back for another episode of Baller Cuts. Today we're going to be breaking down Thomas Bryant, so let's get into it. Our Thomas Bryant, rookie coming in from Indiana, 6'10", plays at the center, has a very long wingspan. Coming into this season, he did not play a lot of games in the NBA. Majority of his games he played in the G League. And I followed his career in the G League, and to my surprise, Thomas Bryant is a very good player. He was down there mostly for development and the fact that we were very stacked at the center position this season, even though we got rid of a couple of players, and Brook Lopez took majority of the time on the Lakers, but and Ivica already had 1 year in the league, so he would have been the backup anyways this year. So Thomas Bryant, there wasn't a lot of room left for Thomas Bryant to get a lot of playing time, but when he did get his playing time in the G League, he took full advantage of it. I was very surprised at how he performed in the G League, especially from behind the three-point line. I get into that later, his percentages, but that's one of the main things that impressed me a lot about this gentleman right here. So coming into the season, I saw him playing summer league. He's very good. One thing that stood out to me was the fact that he ran the floor pretty well. He always had his head on a swivel. He's always looking around, and that's something very good to have. So that's one of the things that stuck out to me the most. Another thing that stuck out was the fact that he plays with so much emotion. He brings another level of emotion to this game that not a lot of people have in this league. The other players that I see play with so much emotion, I'll say, is Draymond Green from Golden State. He's another player, but Thomas Bryant, his emotion is every single play he plays with that emotion. And you can tell it's not fake, it's genuine. That's just the way he plays the game, and he loves the game. He enjoys the game, playing the game. Coming into this year, one of the knock on him, or one of the things that they said he wasn't good at, was his vertical. But I looked at a lot of tapes, I scouted him a little bit, and I looked at where he started from compared to where he is now, and he's increased his vertical by a lot. It allows him now to catch alley-oops very efficiently, and very perfect, and able to finish a lot of alley-oops and a lot of dunks in the G League. He had a lot of those, and it's just the system that they run in the G League is similar to the Laker League too. So it allows them to create a lot of alley-oops and a lot of fast break points. But he was very efficient in those. Other things that he had to improve on, that game by game, that I saw, he only played 15 games in the G League. The rest he was on the bench for the Lakers, but those 15 games were very efficient 15 games. Another thing that I saw within those 15 games was how he was reading the floor. He knew he could score because he was bigger than majority of the guys in the G League and more developed. He had 4 years of college. So this is another gentleman. I just love this draft that Magic and Rob did, because they brought in guys that are developed. They did not bring in guys that's gonna be a very big project. These are guys that just need 1 year, 2 years in the league, and they're gonna be, they could contribute a lot to a team. Thomas Bryant is one of them. Even though he didn't crack the rotation, he got a lot of garbage time play within this year. But even in those games, you can see his emotion come through in every single play. You can see his shot, showing off. He didn't get a lot of shots, but a couple that he did take, they're either too long or it made it, and that just shows you he has a very good form and very good rotation in his shot for a big guy, for a center. He's pretty good, and that just plays into his hands, because that's where the NBA has shifted to. We have shifted to big guys being able to step out behind the three-point line and spread the floor, and he just fits into that. Give him a couple of years to develop, put on a lot more muscle, and learn a lot of the bump and grind of the NBA season and of the NBA game and play. He'll be good. He'll be a good player. He's reading the game better. He's seeing cuts. When he catches the ball, he doesn't automatically make a move. He reads the game. He reads the floor. He sees where all his teammates are. A lot of his assists, he had a lot of assists in the G League too, and a lot of assists come from him reading the game and seeing his teammates cutting, where he knows he has the advantage on the gentleman, but instead of going to the basket every time or stepping out and shooting the three, he's able to look for his teammates and get very easy open assists. And that's something that I peeped from Thomas Bryant this season in the G League, and something that if he could keep developing in, he could, translate that into the NBA league. One thing that he can improve on is, or that he needs to improve on to is his ball handling skills. He's like a typical big man. He dribbles the ball up and everything, but passes it off to the guard. He needs to develop, seeing that he has such a good form within his three-point shot, and his mid-range is good, and his finishing at the rim is okay already. He just needs to develop counter moves and develop ball dribbling skills. He doesn't have to be like a guard, but he needs ball handling skills just to move around outside of the three-point line when you're in ball screen rolls and handoffs and stuff like that. He just needs to develop his ball handling skill and dribbling, but he has some solid skills already. He has some solid skills on him already, and if they could, if he could just improve on those skills and add little things each summer, he could be a very good backup. In the G League, Thomas Bryant's percentage were 38% field goal percentage, 63% 2-point goal percentage. What surprised me was that he was 100% from 3-point range. Mind you, I saw some of these games and he was taking multiple threes per game. He was like 4 or 5 threes per game. So that just tells you that he has the confidence to just let it fly. He's been working on it. He's been putting all the work in the gym. And he, when he gets it, he's out there, he's open, he's going to let it fly. And he has in those G League games, There's a couple of games where he really surprised me. And these are not shots that are hitting the back of the rim. These are shots that are going in with very good rotation and a very good release, high release. And he posed at the end, after he shoots his three. So, he's working on it. He's just transforming his game into one of these modern day NBA stretch fives. And I love it. He just needed to work a little bit more on his defense too, his post defense, and he need to get at least 1 to 2 good solid post moves to go along with his mid-range shot and his 3-point shot. And I like him as a backup. At our center, but for right now, him and Ivica Zubac were sharing the bench role on the Lakers, and a lot of the role in him and Ivica played pretty good. That's another thing. Him and Ivica in the G League game, they had them playing together, and they played very well off of each other because they're two different players. Ivica, he's more of a in the paint player. Thomas Bryant, he's in the paint when he has a dunk, but he roams a lot on the 3-point line, and that just it works for his game. I love what Magic and Rob did in this draft. I'll say it again, I keep saying it. I love the personnel that they brought in and how the personnel fit together. That's one of the main keys. We could draw off random guys, but if they don't fit together, what's the point of drafting them? And these guys, I see how they fit together, especially from the 3-point line. Woo-wee, if they could all develop together, oh my God. League, watch out. Here comes the Lakers. You thought we were down? Not for too long. Magic say we back. All right. Again, guys, if you have any suggestions, any comments, leave them in the comments below. Like, subscribe. This is Tita Barber. Catch you guys next time. Peace out.